Welcome, Sketchbook Heroes, Sketchbook Warriors. We're going to do some cross-sectional drawing. This is a little more advanced. This is for seeing form. So let's talk about form. All right, here we go. Just finished this drawing. And we're talking about form. Form, what is form? There's 5 basic forms. All right, what are they? Actually, there's 3 basic shapes. 3 basic shapes, 5 basic forms. Well, the 3 basic shapes are, and the 2 most important are circle and square. And then those, and then the third one is the basics is triangle. It's really just getting the top of a square and squeezing it. It's really just an angle. And angles, it's really just angles. It's about angles. Then you have cross sections. Your cross sections is basically just breaking this into smaller parts. So your circle can be broken down into fourths, and actually even more. You can break it into, there's a way of breaking it down that way. You can also break it down into circles inside that circle, right? That breaks it down. Concentric circles. Maybe a circle in the middle. The square can be broken down into smaller squares. And the triangle can probably be broken down a lot of different ways. You can actually bring it down straight, break it down straight, bring it down straight that way, across that way, and into different parts, right? And as well, it can also be a concentric by doing another triangle inside that triangle. And this is kind of like, it kind of helps seeing the parts. But with form, that really helps with form when you're seeing the parts like this, breaking it into parts. So what are the basic forms? Let's start off with the easiest one, which is the sphere. The sphere is a circle. And if we see it, it's just like a globe. We have the equator. Then you have the lateral lines. Then you have these other lines. These other lines are kind of like almost like lines on a pumpkin. And this is latitude and longitude. This is the latitude, and this is the longitude, I guess. No, I don't guess. It is. There's no guessing. You either know or you guess. No, I know this is the latitude, longitudinal, try to say that. Longitudinal. There you go. Beep, 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 beep. That's the right answer. Longitudinal lines. And this really helps. Oh my gosh. There was somebody who's not here tonight was going to help her with her drawing and really seeing form these as it goes like that. Same thing with this. I have these lines going straight, but if you tilt it, if you tilt that sphere slightly, they can see the top. Then you can see these the latitudinal lines kind of curve down like that, and you still have these lines kind of coming down, and that whole sphere just turned. Even though it's still a circle, it turned. And things that are closer to us is going one way, and then it goes the other way. And it goes around something like this. So you want to practice drawing that, practice drawing this. And probably even practice drawing it from, this would be a good warm-up. Just good warm-up. Practice even turning it, different angles, even getting a ball and then drawing the lines on it and doing the same thing. So that's one basic form. The other one is the cube. And we can do the same thing with a cube, right? Now to draw cubes, there's always usually a line that's closest to us or a point that's closest to us. There's that line, and it's usually vertical, straight up and down. Then you have these 2 angles kind of going back away from us, angles. And then you have the parallel lines. This line goes up and down, so this line goes up and down, and this line goes up and down like the letter M. And what's important are these cross sections, because they do kind of change, and it helps us see the change. Because when it comes to cubes, my students would draw the bottom flat, and that's not the way it goes. The little bit of perspective to it actually gets smaller as it goes back, because this is closest to us, and as things go back, they get smaller. Right, so we've got one side or one plane. And these 2 lines should be close to parallel or getting closer together as it goes back to a vanishing point. And that's a whole other lesson. But we're just keeping it simple here. going back at an angle. Watch your angles. That's the A in wrap. Ratios, angles, proportions, practice, patience, persistence. Practice, practice, practice. So here's this angle, that angle. These could be a little bit more parallel. This could be further way back. And then now here, these two lines going in the same direction, and then this line kind of going in the same direction. It would go to a vanishing point. I'd say right about there. And then this line here going back, this line going back, and then this line going back there as well. And then they connect right in there where they cross over. There's our cube. All right, now let's do the cross sections for the cube. Cross sections for the cube. If we were to draw, actually, let's do this. Draw an X in here to find the center. And if it was in perspective, it would be further back here, because things that are closer are bigger. And there's a little bit of perspective here. I did make it go a little bit smaller, but this helps you find the center. Once you find that center, then you can go straight up and down right in there. Right in there. That's it. That's the line going straight up and down. Do the same thing on this other side. Find the center by drawing a picture of my X. Ha ha ha. And then that's the middle, and then that's the point we need. We did these two lines just for this one little point. And that's the point. Right in there. Boom. PowerPoint. That's a vertical line right in there. Wow. Now we still have that point, but now we got to find the line crossing that point this way. And it's kind of like the middle. There we go. And then the middle. Oops, on this side and that side. There it is. Now we can do the same thing here. We can actually, I don't know. We can put another X from corner to corner, and then we can use that to kind of like kind of fake it. It should be kind of all those lines should kind of be crossing at that same point. And there's our cross sections. All right, just that lesson alone, whew, thousands of dollars. Art school's so expensive, but there you go. That's it right there. You got to practice that. Now the next thing is moving this cube. How do you move that cube? How do you turn it? Well, that's that's the whole thing, because you can draw anything you'd like once you know how to spin this cube. Change the angles, right? Change the angle, make this side a little bit more forward, and this side a little further back because I changed the angle a little steeper there. All right, change the angles. And the only way you're going to do that is find something that's cubed just like this. Ask questions, be curious, and there we go. If you're looking at it straight, it's a square. Once you start tilting it, it starts changing the plane, and then you get all these angles, and as it turns, and you got to be curious. Ask questions. Ask questions. They asked John F. Kennedy's wife. I just heard this today. John F. Kennedy's wife was a reporter, and I guess was interviewing John F. Kennedy. And he had this book on courage, and he had this whole thing on courage, and he was in the war, and he fought. John F. Kennedy did. I can't remember which branch or what. It was before my time, believe it or not. Anyways, but she thought he was going to talk about courage, but it was his curiosity, which was his greatest asset. Being curious, asking questions. How do you do this? How do you do that? All right, so yeah, being curious. The curious cube. What's in it? What's in the box? Being curious. Asking the right questions. All right, and that's it. How can we make our drawings more realistic? That's a good question. You can ask that question. You can ask me that question. Show me your drawings. Say, how can I make this more realistic? Or what is it you're shooting for? What's your question? It's the whole question. Being curious. How does this work? That's how I got into magic. I'm so curious, amazed by the world around me. How does it work? There we go. How do you make three-dimensional space on a flat surface? See, this cube has turned, and then seeing the cross sections really help. You can actually make those sections into smaller sections. And this is another little cube right in here too. This could be another little cube. These are cubes, parts put together, parts and whole. Make it into a Rubik's cube, right? Boom, 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 and practice drawing that, because then you can make anything you'd like. If we want to make this into, I don't know, somebody name something. I don't know, we can make this into a truck if we wanted to. We're looking at RVs right now. I'm trying to, I don't know if somebody wants to lend us your, we want to travel the country. You want to lend us your driveway? We'll do a drawing lesson from your driveway and park our RV. I don't know, thinking about getting an RV. We found one. Anyways, here, let's see. Let's see a little RV here. Little wheels. Actually, the RV kind of goes, yeah. There was different ones that we've seen. Anyways, here we go. Lights. Little camper. RV van, or just a truck. Doesn't matter. It depends on the details, right? But you can see how just your only limitations, your imagination and knowledge. A little bit of knowledge, a little bit of imagination. Won't make this into a truck or a washing machine, a stove, whatever you'd like. There's boxes everywhere. That's why these two shapes will cover so many things. Even the next form, we're looking at a cylinder. Cylinder is really, if you're looking at it from the top, it's a circle. If you're looking at its side, it is a square or a cube, a rectangle. But at an angle, that whole thing is an oval. We get that oval top, and then bring that down, the sides down, then an oval bottom. Now this is where the cross sections are actually really important. Finding that cross section center there, cross section as it curves. And again, the same thing as my students would flatten the bottom, they would flatten the bottom of our cone, but the cones are curved. This curved. And what you want to practice doing is your observational drawing. Don't just draw from me and observing my drawing, but you want to look at real things like this cup. You want to get this and then look at it and actually draw from there. Draw from there. Here's my pen. And we can draw cross sections on this one as well. There's already one. There's one right here as it goes around. There's one cross section as it goes around here. Not perfect. Let's go around there. Styrofoam, not good for the environment. Find the middle maybe, and then do another one. Okay, another cross section here. Let's see. Try to go as straight as I can. For educational purposes only. We will. They recycle styrofoam now, which is pretty cool. And then here we go, almost to the other side. There we go. There's a center line. Do another center line. Right about there. Oops. You can do this to a ball, you can do this to a cube, whatever you find that you can do this. And then draw from observing, and not just once like I did in high school, which I wish, I don't know. Well, I guess our teachers don't push this for the same reason. If it's too hard, students complain and they nag. I know that. I like pushing my students. I pushed them maybe a little too hard, but it's all good. We really, there we go. Now we really, hard times produce strong people. Strong people produce good times. Good times produce weak people. We've had a lot of good times. And now we've got a lot of people that are a little, that's where warriors need to come back. We need the warriors to come back. And you can see these lines curve as it turns, right? We can actually do some of these lateral lines. Let's see. No, those are not lateral. This is longitudinal. Longitudinal. Get one there. Let's do it at the 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, at the fourths. And then this really helps actually. What's cool about this is then you can see how actually you can only see 2 lines at one time. Here you can only see one. Well, I'm still missing the other ones. And that kind of actually helps understand, like, oh wow, you only see a part of the cup. Same thing with the cube. The cube, the least you can see is one side. The most you can see is 3 sides. And how many sides does a cube have? It has 6. So at any one time, you can only see half a cube. You can only see half the truth, right? You only see one side or 2 sides, and there's more than one side to a story. Like there's 6 sides to a cube, right? So, and learning how it draws, how it changes, how it moves. Same thing with this. We can break it into parts. You only see parts of the parts all the time and how it changes, and really observe and be curious and ask questions. How does this work? Right, there we go. We can draw this cup now. Did we do all four? We did all four. Right, see, now I can turn this cup. If you wanted to actually draw, another, break that into half again. And now we know that's broken into those parts. What would that be? These are eighths. It's broken down into eighths because we had it broken down into fourths. Break that down again, and that we have eighths. Yes, fractions. I know. See, that's the thing. I don't know. Well, that's why people didn't like math. Should be able to take it at your own pace. Same thing with drawing. There we go. Now we can take this, and here we have our cone. No, cone. This is our cylinder, and it's just bring it in slightly, and you can see that that's what's happening here. And it actually has a little bit of a lip, and that little bit of a lip kind of goes around. There's another lip up here. It's a little bit wider. And then the thickness of the top of the lip. So you should be drawing these forms as I draw them. Don't just observe. You should gotta practice. Practice drawing these forms. And there would be our longitude, our lines here. Here you can only see, I can see three. One down the middle. And then the other two closer to the sides. Bam. And these are quarters. No, not quarters. These are eighths. The other, yeah, you can only see. Wow, that's pretty cool. If I even look, if I have this right down the middle, my sides are like way on the sides. That's cool. All right. And then try drawing it from different angles. What's our other forms? Our other form, well, is our cone. We have a cone, which is just squeezing this a little bit more. We still have practice our ovals. And then our cone, same thing. Trying different angles here. Same thing as this. These are ovals in here. This would change as well. This oval would change depending on the angle of your point of view. And then we have, if we want to break it down into the cross sections as well, and put some cross sections in it. Here's our cone. Oh, it looks like a waffle cone now. There it is. What are the other forms we're missing? That's just three. No, four. That's four. We're missing one, and that is the pyramid. The pyramid. Pyramid is just angles. It's just getting the cube and squeezing the top. And here we go. Here's our angles. Drawing that cube. Cross sections. Well, we can copy that bottom angle, bring it up. We can actually bring that bottom angle. Oops, try to get that angle right. It should be parallel or really close to having some vanishing point to the left, because this is a plane. And then this would be another plane coming back at this other angle. Going back at an angle like that. And there you go. There we have a pyramid. We can actually put our little slant lines here and have like the Pyramid of Giza, an Egyptian pyramid. Well, the stones don't line up like that, I don't think. But you get the idea. If I wanted to shift them, I can just shift them. I can make this a one cube, and then make that into another cube right there. See, and they're shifted. And that would make it more like a pyramid. A pyramid. Ta-da. And that's it. Those are the 5 basic forms, and that is form with cross sections. So how does that help? Well, let's find something. Let's find something to draw. Let's go online and see what we see. I'm going to share my screen and let's just go to it. Let's just do it. Share. Here we go. I don't know. We had these drawings that were suggested. Oh, here we go. This would help with that cross section. Even this bowl, you can see. Look at this is another reason why cross sections help. Because when it goes to doing cross hatching, you can see these hatch marks are kind of going along that and helps produce a better form, 3-dimensionality. You can see these lines going across that plane, almost like the cross sections that we just did. And that one just has shading, cornbread. There's that. Let's go up here. Let's do it. Let's look at cross sections. Cross section. Oh, there's another name for it. Cross Words, cross-sectional drawing. I think there's another name for it. Oh, we're back to, don't tell, we're back to Yahoo. My gosh. Every time it restarts, I thought I got rid of it. I think I got that same virus again. No, it's not a virus. Something's changing it. NVIDIA stock. Yeah. Cross-sectional drawing. There we go. There we go. Oh, this is cross-sectional. Yeah, I know. CrossContour. Let me see. I think it's CrossContour. That's what it's called. That's cross-sectional. That's another thing, good thing too. CrossContour contour. That's what it is. CrossContour drawing. That's it. Oh, look at that. There's an apple with CrossContour. Look at that hand. And how to draw with cross contours. Oh, that's a good YouTube channel. Let's oh, look at these. There you go. Those are cool. Oh, that's a good exercise. Oh, we can do that one as really quick. Oh, look at this one. Up level your drawings. See, so this really helps. See, this would have helped one of our students last month. And seeing this, see these cross sections. Look at that. That's it. Look at that one. Ooh, this is really nicely done. A lot of draftsman stuff going on here. This is really good practice. I'll put this whole thing in the chat, or you can do your own search, cross contour drawing, copy that. You want to practice that on your own. Let me put that in the chat. There we go. There we go. Paste. Yeah. Oh, that's a big long link. Ooh, to everybody, not just to Madison. She just left. All right. Did a direct message to her, but she's not here no more. I don't think. Thank you so much. I have to go now. There she's gone. All right. And now she's gone. Look at, yeah, see, you can see the cross contour. It really helps you see the form, helps you practice. Here we go, models. That's an easy way of doing it. This hand drawing is really actually it's cross contour project. It's not totally cross contour, but let's do that. Let's do that as a project, and then we'll get into something a little bit harder. Because this is easy. This is easy. So you just get your hand, you trace it, try to go along the lines. Try to go, keep your pencil vertical, which means straight up and down. And then just go around your hand and get every little crevice. Go around, 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 round and round. There we go. There we go. There we go. All the way back. There it is. There's our hand. So once you have your hand, then you can do the cross contour lines. I'm saying cross sectional. Cross sectional is good though, because it's a drawing you just cut. It's actually cut, which is very, very similar to cross contour. But this is cross contour. All right, so here we go. So all we need to do is just draw. See how it curves up there? Do that next curve, that next curve. It's gonna look like Spider-Man fingers. And that's the Spider-Man web as well. His design kind of goes like that. So you can just keep going around. And it adds to the illusion of depth. So just kind of going and around and around. Right in there. It's a simple project for even students. But you want to keep round. Don't straighten it out, especially right at the ends. Don't straighten it out. You really want to curve it around. Curve it around. Curve it around. Curve around. Curve around. And that starts giving you three-dimensionality. Really starts messing with you. 3D. If you color every other one, if you had markers and stuff, I would have my students do that. There we go. All right, here we go. Now, this is the hard part. Please zoom in. Thank you. There we go. Let me a drink of water. All right, so I traced my hand. Thank you. And then undercover. Undercover. You're a hero. You saved the day. See, I do that on purpose. Name Nina. Wow, that's cool. I like original names. We like myself, I know. How do you spell that? Well, what's your name? I used to say Eladio, and that's probably closer to the right pronunciation, but people would not get it. And I've done it enough where I go, oh no, my name's Eladio. And people, oh, okay, they get it better when I pronounce a hard D instead of a soft D. And then, you know, because I don't know, they're people's brains go bang. When you run across something hard, like, oh, when they try to roll the R's, oh, I can't roll my R's. So they just say they get stuck with the can'ts. Can'ts in the pants. And they just, oh, I can't. So they don't. All right, so I just did something really. I did these lines were probably right at the edge. Now this next line, you see, I already started kind of making it flow into the next line, and that's what we're doing here. We're gonna actually start straightening it out as well. But this corner edge should be rounded, and then here we're gonna start. We can probably put a little bit of that wiggle as it kind of comes around, but not as much. I put a little bit of the wiggle of the echo. But it's straighter because your hand is straighter. It doesn't wiggle in here. It doesn't go in and out. You can do that there. Curl it, curve it, cross sections. No, not cross section, cross contour. Contour means line. Cross contour. These are the cross contours. Cross contour lines. And now how do we handle this one here? Well, if this is going away from us, we could go around like this. And then round here, around the thumb. And this is it in space. See, this is just that thumb going back in space like that. See how it curves? If you're looking at it straight, the lines are straight, but the more it curves, the more it kind of goes back into space, right? So that's what's happening here. It's going back into space. Space. There we go, see? Then I can bring this down, and I can actually, depending on how much I curve it, here I can bring it down, curve it around. Look at that. Oh. Bam. Now it looks more 3D, right? It's not so flat. So when you go to shade and you shade in this direction, it gives you more, you know, dimensionality, more 3D, more VR, your virtual reality. This is a virtual reality we're creating here. Bam. There it is. And then I'm just doing the wrist. I'm just going around. I can keep going smaller and smaller. I wanted to do some in-betweens. Some in-betweens. There we go. Curve it. Go around. And then this could be actually, we can open it up, make it an oval right here. I think the hand is just a part of a hand. And it's opened up. We can put, oh, there's two bones. They go in here and they've got all these veins and nerves and amazing thing, the most complex thing on earth. Oh my, not for long. Yep. Complexity is growing in nature and in and in the web. All right, so that's a simple one. All right, let's take a look. I like this these bell peppers, but let's find I'm gonna continue looking at my drawings here, pictures here, see if we can pick one. Now that we're in the Google Images, let's go to Google Images. This is a good one. Open a new tab. This is the video. I don't know, I'm gonna put this in the, well, how to draw with cross contour lines. Art Tutor. That one looks good. I like this simple one. I think we'll just do the simple one and we'll call it a night. It is wow, you can see how complex that one is. Dang. Let me share my screen. All right, here we go. One. All right. Here we go. So I'm gonna do this one. Where did it go? I wanted to show you this one first though. This is really complex. If we visit it, open a link new, you can see how complex this. It's a $12.99 class. Yeah, it's a really complex contour, cross contour line, basic line drawing for beginners. And that's the video. You can watch it. Let's go over here and the one I'm gonna do tonight, we call it a night, is Yeah, look at that. You can see the different cross sections there. Cross contour. Let's do this one. Let's just keep it simple. We'll do this one. Up your skills with cross contour drawing techniques. All right, here we go. Visit. Bam. Drawing with pre. Oh yeah, you can see, look at those mushrooms, see? And how, so you can see the cross contour lines really help. And just like a map. There you go. The little cross contour lines giving you depth. There you go. Oh, that's a great little website on that. Drawing with pre. There we go. Copy that. Oh, I'm going to put that in the chat. And then we'll draw one of these. Paste. Call it a night. Yeah, okay. There's the cubes, just like I did. There's a cone. There's the cylinder. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do this. Yeah, this is too straight. Yeah, this is better. Rounded. Different angles, 90 degrees, a little more complex. There we go. You can even see here that these lines curve on this onion. There we go. Very nice. Look at that cross contours. It makes it look a lot more realistic. Okay, we're gonna do this one. So let's zoom in and we're gonna scratch that. All right, that's our drawing for tonight. We're gonna screenshot this. Here we go. Even the table has some cross contour lines. There it is. It's in the chat. And here we go. All right. All right, now I'm going to make sure to stop there and get out a fresh sheet of paper. We'll get a fresh sheet of paper. We're going to start fresh. I'm going to block everything in, so that'll help if you're having trouble with drawing. And then we're going to make it 3D form. We're going to make this into a 3D form. So let's get popping. Here we go. This is how you do it. This is how we do it. All right, so we've got 3 different objects that we're going to draw. The main object is our vase. And the vase is really just 2 parts or 3 parts. The big part is the most obvious part is the base. That is a circle. So that's the important part right there. That circle part. So we got a circle. We got our circle. And if I were to straighten out my camera, it would probably be more of a circle right now, but I'll widen it out a little bit. Just so make it look right on the camera. All right. And then we've got 2 other shapes. We've got this chili shape, which kind of runs, it's kind of interesting. You can kind of almost get a center line. There's a little bit of overlapping over the vase, and then it kind of comes up like that. This chili shape, bell pepper, who knows, that's more like a chili. Jalapeno, Anaheim. Right there. And then you've got something else behind it. There's a little bit of a tangent. I'm going to probably overlap it more. This could be an onion or who knows what it is. Making it bigger than it is as well. I can probably, yeah, I'm making it bigger. That's okay. So there's a circle back here. And then we've got the chili here. We've got this. Now what's going to help with this vase, a lot of people have trouble with, is making it symmetrical. The symmetry. So we're going to find the center line. That's going to help with our symmetry. So find that center line. This really helps with the symmetry. That's one of the challenges in drawing, is getting things symmetrical, symmetry. So that's our center line. And then we're just going to bring it out a little bit, and then bring it out a little bit and watch how far we go out and how far we go out. Far out, right? So there, make it the same as it comes up. It's just widening this thing up. And then at the top, there's an oval at the top. And then there's a bit of a spout. Spout that kind of comes out right there. I'm just sketching it. There's going to be some more definition. It's just a sketch right now. It's a little sketchy. Then the handle comes from the top. And then it comes down. And it attaches itself right in here. This is the inside of that handle. And this is the outside of that handle. And we're going up here, right to the top. Widen it up a little bit. There we go. There's our handle, making sure it's parallel. There we go. See, that was a pretty quick sketch. Should probably be a little bit wider. My proportions are off. I can tell. I already know that, like, it should be bigger. This should be lower. It's okay. Not a big deal. What's important is the practice and the cross contour line. Take a drink of water real quick. Yeah, it's been a hot one. Another hot. We're gonna be in the 90s. Other places are gonna be in the hundreds. Yeah, Las Vegas is gonna be 115 plus, and there's hundreds of people going there, thousands. It's gonna be like 80 degrees at night. Right now it's cooling down. We're probably like in the 60s, 70s right now. 101 in San Jose. Jeez. 101 in San Jose. Anybody know their way out of San Jose? Yeah, that's hot. 101. Yep. That's up north. Wow, we were cooler down here, closer to the equator. It's sunny, Southern California. It was at 80, 85, I think. Yeah, I would take that over 101. Too hot for me. All right, we've got our kind of things in. I'm gonna go ahead and do our chili first because it's like it's in front of this, but it's up high. It does overlap. I kind of got the direction that the chili's going. I'm gonna draw the outline of it, So it does go thick and then it goes down to a point, and there's a little bit of a rounded point, and then it kind of comes down wide again. I kind of see that's my center line, and I'm gonna kind of go up, and it squeezes in a little bit, and then kind of comes out and around that whole spot right there. See, that's that shape. Then it curves up. That's the stem of the chili, like that. Now, let's get these cross-sectional lines. These longitudinal ones, they just kind of come through here and kind of following around like that. There's one and another one over here, right here, and around like that. So there's those two lines, and that's what's in the drawing. And then you have the sectional lines kind of going around, and they kind of dip on the lines. They do dip a little bit. They kind of go in and out and around, up and down and around. I'm not being exactly faithful, but you can see about how these circular things give it depth. Just going around like this, it gives it some depth, and this is why when you shade it like this, it will give you more realism. Happy 4th of July. Knowledge should be free. Free knowledge, freedom in a box. All right, here we go. Yes, knowledge should be free. Just imagine if everybody had more knowledge, the world would be a better place. But no, we have institutions. That's why I'm here. So there we go. Institutionalized. Institutionalized learning. De-institutional learning. All right, so I'm going to draw that sphere that's back here. We've got our chili shape, and I've got this it's probably an onion that's back here. A little bit of underlapping or behind. It's behind these shapes, right in there. Then you've got the vase, which I made the bottom part really smaller than it should be. It's out of proportion. And I don't know if there's a lip or if it comes out straighter. Yeah, it does come out straight a little bit and then curve the bottom. There's a little bit of a straightness and then a little bit of a curve. All right, starting to hear those fireworks out there. All right. Well, let's straighten out my paper. Let me get this outside of this vase. There we go. Now, let's see, find that point we got to just find that point. They have it right about here. I'm going to put it right there as well. It's a little bit off center. It's a little bit below. If I were to do the into fourths, since it's in that point right there, then they just curved it down through that way, and then they curved it down through that way like that, kind of like a basketball. That's a good exercise too, drawing a basketball. Basketball Jones. There we go. And then they have concentric circles around this. Concentric circles or ovals. Just kind of going around. Round and round. There we go. I can probably draw another one way up here. See, that helps you understand the three-dimensionality of that form. Because we're not doing shapes anymore. We're going into 3D form. Into another dimension. The dimension of sight, sound, the dimension of mind. These are the voyages. No. Whole other series, TV series. All right, now for the hard one. The hard part. The hard part is the, and then we'll do the table. The table is actually interesting. They actually put it in perspective, the top of the table. We won't worry about that yet. We're going to do the hard part. It's already kind of there. We've got that center actually is a cross sectional line. It's pretty straight. Let me finish the drawing though. They did put this angle here. There's two little angles. This is the bottom, that angle. And then you have this other angle that kind of goes up onto, it goes onto the sphere. See, at that same angle. And then it comes back, right? Up and over. Now these two little lines right here, we have one line that goes in between all this right here. This makes this that part of that handle. There it goes back up. And then it attaches, because this is all one side right here. There's two sides to this. And just like a cube, well, it has four sides plus the bottom and the top. But these four sides, you only see two of the sides. And this attaches itself. And this also, actually, this side becomes the top as it curves. It turns into the top of this vase as it goes around. And this attaches itself. So this goes around that ellipse. And then it goes down to a point right there, that point. And it goes around the ellipse. And it goes to that point. All right. That's the top of that vase. And then we do the inside of that vase. The inside of the vase, there's a thickness. It's this back part is just that part of that ellipse. Is that part of that ellipse that goes around it like that? Try to make it so flat. And then it goes up in here to that point and then comes back. Inside. So that this whole top part, which should be light, because the light's hitting it from the top, and then inside sometimes it gets dark. So I'm gonna shade it so it shows up a little bit better. I'm gonna shade all this as well so you can see that a little bit better. That top part. It kind of looks like a leaf. All right, there we go. I won't worry about shading. That's what's important here is the cross section. I just wanted to clarify that section or area a little bit. All right, let's do the cross-section lines on this. Okay, so we have this angle coming down here. So angles are really important. So these angles here should kind of be coming down as well and going up. It echoes. See, notice it echoes. It should be echoing what we did here. See these two lines there? And echoes all the way up as it turns. Actually, it's turning. So I'm going to do these lines. Maybe even turn them around as they come up. Do they? Yeah. I just looked at the drawing and that's what it's doing in the drawing. I did a lot more cross-section lines or cross-contour. Keep saying cross-section. Here, 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 here. Trying to get a little bit of an angle still. So there's a little bit of a change as it hits that line. Here it kind of straightened out a little bit, which is fine. See, it's going up. And then here it goes down. It changes angles. That's right. Down here, it's going like that. And then up here, it's going like that. And this, I just did this automatically without even thinking about it, but that's what would happen in real life. Same thing is what's happening here. Some lines go in one direction, and then they go in the other direction, depending on where you're looking at it. So these lines are coming down like a V, and then up here it's pointing up like an arrow pointing up. That's what happened. And then here they went straight. I did that automatically without even thinking of it, just experience, practice, and so on and so forth. All right, let's get these vertical lines. There's two of them. One over here, back on this side, as it comes down, and then it goes around, and it goes around the vase, the other side as well, coming down, and then around the vase as it wraps around, round and round that vase. It's all about the vase. No treble. There we go. That's it. Little sketchy lines, but that's sketching, right? It's not drawing, we're sketching. If you want to do a drawing, yes, you do your lines a little more refined. There's an old ellipse in here, and the ellipse, that's the bottom, that's see-through. The ellipse would be there, right? That's the bottom of the vase. And then we'll see, we're kind of echoing that bottom of that ellipse down here because it's down away from us. And it should curve more around those edges. Really wraps around. Really wraps around. Oh, as it comes around. Really want to. That's the hardest part as it goes around. You know, the beginning of life is really quick and turns, and then life is long. And then the end sometimes just curves around really quick and turns around before you know it. The days are short, the years are long. Nope, that's wrong. The days are long and the years are short. That's it. See, it's going by so fast. There we go. And then just same thing here. We have a cylinder. So around the cylinder, wrap it around is the bottom of the cylinder. It would be an ellipse right there, right? That ellipse at that cylinder. And then we're just going up that cylinder and then up. And then here, this is where it gets a little tricky. We're going around and then up this shape to that, yeah, something like that. Not too shabby, pretty good. And this is good practice, 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 practice. This would be a good warm-up or minute warm-ups that we're going to be doing. There are different forms, different practices. There we go. Bam. And if you want to shade stuff in, oh, there's the table. We have the bottom part of the line. We got to set these on somewhere. That's straight across. And then we have other lines coming back in space. And they get closer because as things get further away, they get smaller. It's closer back there. And then we have cross, and across, crisscross, make you jump. Then we've got these lines. This part of the table, the lines are going straight up and down, almost like square. And think of these as square. The lines down here going straight up and down. Pretty even. And then here we got to think about where our vanishing point is going to be, which could be way up there. But our lines can start, we can say it's in the middle somewhere. Say our vanishing point. I'll assume it's way up here, way up here. And then these lines just need to aim for that. Just kind of aiming for that vanishing point. As they come up here, these lines get a little more angled as it's going back in space. And this is going back. I'm trying to aim for that line way up there. There it goes. Then you get all these lines, see? Kind of going back into space. The top of that table is a plane going back into space. Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of our sketchbook heroes and sketchbook warriors. There we go. You are a warrior. You made it through. Congratulations. You get a prize. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next month. If you want to shade this, keep practicing your drawing, sketching, and stuff like that. If you have questions, I'll stick around for a little bit. And thank you for joining us. Like, subscribe, and do all that stuff. And say hi to your mom and call your mom. I heard somebody just say that recently. All right. Thank you for joining us.